biggest and one of the best events that we have in Call of Duty.
Facts.
Every Anaheim I've
Hope
been
I see
to,
some of
there
you
have
at
been
Anaheim.
memorable moments to come out of that event.
Yeah, I experienced my first Anaheim last year, and it was certainly one to remember. Looking forward to go back and see all these teams battle it out. Of course, we've got weeks 1 to.
All right, this is
for Division A and B.
So I think if you're TK or if you're Faze, I don't know if you played the veto system the best that you could. Obviously, they won the St. Marie, but TK was up 5-3. It was a bit of a choke from them. I think that's one of their TK's best S&D maps. Then you play them on Arden Forest CTF, which Faze has been great on. I get that. Then you play them on Arden Forest Hardpoint.
Here before we
I don't know if I agree with that.
Still to be played. Absolutely love it. Arden Forest Hardpoint. We're kicking.
I mean, I guess what you played Gibraltar maybe.
Jump on board with Enable a play, which we've already highlighted for multiple reasons. With
all right, so a lot of the big kills, I don't think it's talked about too much, but it's so important to have pressure middle on either side. So this is what happens, right? A couple of kills the other way. As soon as you get a guy middle, like for TK, for example, he can see down this way. He can see the backside of this hill, which means that guy is screwed in cave. That's when you're able to just get a huge chunk of time.
Yeah, obviously history of Faze.
You can see Faze have to worry about it. They can't put pressure on the hill, the guy's cabin. They know there's people flanking around them. They're just making sure that TK can't get set up as well as, well, they're pretty set up well right now. So they're just trying to win some gunfights and wait for their teammates. But you see, Kenny's just being annoying. And Faze are continuously worried about him, and it's already 18 points on the board. Then accuracy pushes up, and that's crazy, right? So accuracy, he gets set up here. You have one guy watching fire. The guy in the hill is doing well. This is a perfect start for TK.
There's Enable for the trade on the preset as well. 3 go down for Faze. Now it's going to be TK extending, pushing.
Literally a perfect example of why Cave can be so strong. And now you have 25 seconds left, right? So TK, they have to be worried because they're so far pushed up cabin and middle. The spawns do open for Faze, but it looks like this player, number 5 Farrell, is aware of that. But you have 22 seconds left. These guys from Faze, they're probably going to start rotating over to Ruins, and this is going to be, what, a 50-point lead already.
They could get the final 20 as well.
Yeah, those final 20 seconds. We've got to see Zuma with the long-range PPSH. He takes him out from bunker and heads straight over for the rotation. And I do like that play. It takes a lot for a player to be like, yeah, we're down 40, but, you know, we'll rotate. We'll get the next 40. And we're going to see Faze set up pretty smartly here on
That's just a perfect start for TK.
You see a couple of TK members, Kenny and Pharaoh, actually combined.
You do have a very good hold, though. This is where you want TK to be spawning. You know, when you have Ruins, you definitely want a guy top Ruins. You want either a guy middle, right, where they already have them. You have a guy in the back just making sure they hold spawns. Then potentially, if you get a really good setup, you get a guy in Ruins to put pressure on them. But you want your opponents to be spawning towards bridge because a nice hill, well, it's bunker. You know how good bunker can be.
Get taken down. Faze getting their first points on the board here.
Yeah,
so Faze are aware that there could be a player on that last hill. They clean him up. That's just good communication. And now TK have to flood on through. So a lot of pressure on Zuma to find a couple of kills here. Good job. They still have the man advantage. TK do get the man out of the hill, though. And accuracy is just being annoying, but, well, Zuma somehow has streaks already. All right, someone get across. There we go.
He could get even more. There you go. The artillery barrage now earned. Now just 25 away. Won't get the fighter pilot, but still streaks to use for upcoming hard points.
Yeah, that fighter pilot would have been delicious going into the later stages of this hard point. But
what's the fighter pilot taste like?
Good job. Great hold, you know, from replays and Faze. But now is the big problem for TK. You spawn back bridge. The next hill is at this bunker side. For Faze, they're going to have the good spawns in the back. How do TK get across? That's always what we talk about on broadcast.
It's like, I don't know.
And you already have Zuma push up here. That's actually a big kill. Even to get cabin wall control.
When you see those 4 red boxes pop up and you take everyone out.
Now there's a couple of ways that TK can go about breaking bunker, right? So when you have this bunker hill, what we've seen either teams sort of push through Ruins and through middle of the map trying to get spawns. It can be effective, but not all the time. Or we see the other way, which is you get cabin control. You can spawn cabin. Hey, Nameless, thank you so much, dude, for the tier 1 sub for 2 months in a row. Everybody show Ant some love and some hype in the chat. But what you could do is you could spawn cabin, you can sort of smoke out the front and just sort of push from this way. So let's see what TK tries to do. But there you go. You already have the artillery barrage down from Faze. It's a great response, right? Because 50 points from TK from the start.
So far away. Itachi's pushing through the middle. Zuma's still at ruins. This is beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Since TK can't
yeah, knife bust on a sub. Feels bad, man.
Put their attention over towards mid, over towards ruins, and you take a look at where the last.
Yeah, this is just so tough. And TK, they're going to continue to spawn deep. This is a perfect hold right now for Faze. This is why this is one of the best hills in the game. And look at where TK are spawning. They're spawning all the way out ruins due to Zuma's position. So much work for them to do. It just takes so long to even get to the hill.
Great artillery barrage call by FaZe Clan, as now they have the lead in the game. You still have a glide bomb for upcoming hard points in this map. Things are looking good for FaZe Clan, but TK.
It was literally what, 50 to nothing.
They're starting to spread out, looking to maintain cabin control going into this next hard point.
Okay, well, FaZe, they have
now it's not.
They lost the first 40 points to TK on Cave, but ever since that moment, they've been dominating here. Both in the slaying department and the points as well. We're going to be headed.
Yeah, me and Ann are casting them all, baby.
Said, TK.
All right, so East Road Hill. When we talk about East Road, you obviously talk about cabin a ton. So both teams are going to be fighting for this first. The reason is if you get an AR cabin, he can basically see this entire hill. It is so difficult to deal with. He can put shots on you. They can peek the corner. That's why we always talk about cabin control. For a while, like back when it was a lot easier to get streaks, this was a hill that team they kind of kill horde, right? They just try to get streaks basically off the hill. If they had cabin control, they would peek it. They'd throw nades at it. They'd try to go on a bit of a streak. So you'll see Faze try to fight for cabin. It's obviously a very tough hill to go for, and there we go. Faze, they actually use a streak so they can push up. But the rotations are still there. Nobody's in the hill, and Kenny, he's able to lock down cabin. So you can see how important cabin is for both of these teams.
I think if Priest touches the hill, he'll get these streaks. But of course, doesn't want to get caught sprinting. His teammate attached will push on in. But when you're on the side that TK is on, right, you can't give up cabin control. As soon as you forfeit that extra line of sight, trying to retake and break.
So just pretty back and forth. TK are getting a bit of scrap time. But you can see Kenny, right? This is what I just literally talked about this. He's on a 5 spree just playing cabin. It's obviously a lot harder to do now, but TK didn't get a lot of time, but they got streaks, they got some utility to work with. And we saw what happened on last cave.
He's on number 6 right now as he's 1 away from both streaks.
There we go. Great play out of Kenny.
The superstar that he is has found himself a 7-kill streak, and he's going to be able to get TK back into this surely with these a given time. I wouldn't expect to see too many used here on the cave, though. Maybe
great trade right there by actually middle. Kenny, he is melted, but nobody's on the hill from Faze or TK, so you're not too mad if you're TK. You have cabin control. They're really focusing on middle, right? You see, there was 2 players pushing up, both fighting for mid control. They're trying to get to each other's alley. If you can get to fire alley, you can get to cabin alley, you get an extra angle on the hill. It's pretty much easy time.
He's able to shut down replays. Once again, good
and he picked it up, Sketchy.
They did it at the start of the
there we go. So that's big kills by Faze. They can finally get to the hill. But you can see number 4. That's Zuma. Oh, that's a good nade because Zuma was set up here, and he would have saw all 3 players. That could have been big time, but that's a good nade from Kenny.
And allow your SMG players to comfortably push up on the map and close the gap between the ARs of the other team.
20 seconds though, so 2 hills in a row. Not a lot of time on the clock. Hey, and we're gonna head over to ruins. That's good scrap time for TK, but that means the rotation should be won by Faze.
On a rampage on this map, Priest as well, 13 and 6. And now as we start to look ahead towards this upcoming ruins hardpoint, this might be one where if TK lose this early setup that they have going, you might want to use a streak.
But you
like
do
the
have
fighter
streaks,
pilot to take players off these positions.
Yeah, this is where I'd expect to see it, and here we go. The fighter pilot's going to come on in. See how many plays he's going to spot. There's going to be replays and Priest to potentially take the deck, but Enable doing the rest.
That's just the power of the fighter pilot. And where did that start from? That's just started right from cabin. So Priest said he responds with one of his own, but nobody's there really to push in. But there's Zuma. That's a big one-on-one. If Kenny wins that, that's probably time over to TK instead of Zuma. And now FaZe can push up. So they're starting to push on through. You have Zuma here. And then what do we talk about? The main reason that you want this side of the hill is so you can set up for bunker.
Could we see a game that goes down to time?
Possibly 2 minutes, 40 seconds now left on that game timer. Keep that in the back of your mind. No one's yet to hit that 100-point mark. And I was wondering, you know, why would you decide to call the glide bomb in there? But it winds up working out because you deny a lot of time for TK to get right there. And now they're going to fight for the scrap. Faze are set up. They're here to take down Kenny, but he snaps onto attach. Look for the second player inside the hard point. He knows he's getting swarmed in on. And like I was saying when we were on that previous bunker hard point,
TK,
it's intuitive.
They're going to try and push through this way. And this player, number 7, accuracy, he may try to pinch, so this could work out well if they use a streak.
TK to push in for the scrap time so that they can wrap around Bell, fight for the spawns, and they're going to play off the back of Kenny's glide bomb here.
There's nobody there, though.
Off that anchor position, and that'll do.
He should just spawn right up. Actually, he spawns out, so that's a bit unfortunate. They did have Bell control, did TK, but this will allow TK to push up the backside, right? Just using that glide bomb in. Talked about a couple of different ways you can break bunker. They have the good spawn now. They're able to get reinforcements a little bit quicker. They set that up perfectly so they can call in that artillery. I love that play from TK, but Zuma's here. So what TK does, they invest 2 streaks, right? Like if we go to the back, actually, let's just rewind it. All right, so they invest a streak. They get the guy out of the back. This gives them hill control. And basically all they're trying to do is fight for in this hill so they spawn out Faze towards this way so they can call the artillery right at the front of the hill. What a circle right there as well by me. Perfect circle usage.
Jumping across bait now, and another team kill coming in. Not what you like to see for a TK fan.
So there we go. As soon as those kills come in, TK, they call in that artillery.
Barrage, and Zuma, last alive, desperate for his life, he's going to jump on in, but Kenny just continue to absolutely dominate here.
Kenny versus Zuma, one of the matchups that we highlighted coming into this one, and now Kenny giving FaZe a taste of their own medicine.
Oh, yeah, this is, I think, when Zuma drops up 50 and loses, right?
They used it in the exact same manner. Kenny one up in them here as TK take the lead in the game. They were getting outslayed earlier on, but they're able to find their footing here. Starting to build a lead too as we're about to move back over to this eastward hardpoint. Zuma has something to say though. 29 kills, 17 deaths already, and no one's hit the 150-point mark. Once again, just keep it.
So we're back over to East Road. The one good thing for FaZe, you have cabin control. You can see their spawn in there. A bit of the split spawn is in, but it seems they're aware of that. As one guy pushes up, that's Zuma. He's able to win 1. Kenny is still alive over here. This sort of delayed reaction that he just had may catch FaZe off guard. Yeah, they wouldn't expect him to come that way, but Zuma is just winning every single gunfight. So that's a little bit silly.
30 seconds left on East Road before we head back.
You can see there we go. Replays. He wide peeks cabin wall, gets that kill. That's why cabin wall is so strong right there.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been pointing it out from start to finish. Just players choosing to be a bit more aggressive and push out those spawns as opposed to locking down time and just trying to fight from inside.
Replays is trying to do the best he can, but all the players of FaZe went down middle. He had no one help him at cabin.
A fresh set of rotations. You're starting to see FaZe set on up, but take a look at number 7. Look at where X-Street's playing from as he wraps all the way back around through bunker. He finds one. He finds two as he takes.
All right, I want to watch that play because I didn't see what accuracy did there.
And Zuma's going to find his 31st kill of the game. The man's nearly hit 50 interactions.
Let's see what accuracy does. So let's watch number 7 because I want to see how he hits that flank on that rotation.
30 seconds left on East Road before we head back to the cave for the 3rd rotation. This is a very low-scoring game, Revan.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been pointing it out from start to finish. Just players choosing to be a bit more aggressive and push out
those down right here.
Locking down time.
So accuracy's right there. So he just goes down. Where does he spawn? So he actually spawns Bell. I mean, you can see one player, he kind of peeked it. That was Zuma, but it was just for half a second. The rest of TK are pretty split, but FaZe spawn over here. So that's why Zuma looks this way. But Zuma just kind of gives it up. I think Zuma could have just held here. Actually, it was on this player. Whoever this player is right here. So you have 2, 3. I think it's on replays right here. Felt like he should have stayed. He obviously goes to the hill. But you see this spawn? This spawn right here, Priesta in replay should know that there's a pinch. They should know there's a pinch that's coming. Instead, they don't. Nobody turns around. That's just terrible miscommunication. That's just terrible communication right there by FaZe.
Now you see TK extending through this upcoming hardpoint. They have positioning on both sides. They have bunker control. They have wood control, and now FaZe are pinned back. First thing they need to do is take out Enable. If you could take out the pressure coming in from the cabin side of the map, you can start to push forward and look to contest inside the hardpoint.
And now you can see FaZe are in trouble. I mean, you have bunker control, you have cabin control, you have guys watching the alleys. If you're FaZe, how do you break this? We see sometimes you hit it from all different 4 ways. You try to win individual fights. It's going to be tough for them.
Trying to circumvent it, trying to fight through fire alley, maybe wrap around through bunker. but it's taking a lot of time, and now it's giving TK a lead, and they're still building with it.
I just love how Kenny was like, no, you take over. I'm going out. I'm going to go and kill some people. He takes down 2
Yeah, more streaks for Kenny. If he's able to get a fighter pilot as well, that's 4 dead. TK, this has been their best hill. It's been caved throughout this entire game. That's a big kill right there, by, of course, Zuma. But now you have more streaks. It seems like TK plays their streaks a lot. We saw that on Arden Forest CTF as well. Just how much utility they ended up playing with.
2 glide bombs here for TK at least. Enable not going to earn any more, but still, things that you could use to push these Faze members off of this upcoming hard point. TK as it stands, 30-point lead. Rune's about to pop up. And considering how this game started, with the way Zuma was frying and winning all of his engagements,
it's a big couple of kills by Priesta. You still have Kenny inside you, but he's going to have some pressure. But someone's actually watching it. That's a great play by Accuracy. So you have a good hold, right? You have one guy here. You have Accuracy watching over him. So that Kenny inside this can watch this way. So the guys can't cross away. So that's a good setup right there by TK. Yo, Parky, thank you so much for 2 months in a row with Twitch Prime. Thank you, brother. It's about time you became a good friend. Everybody show Parker some love and hype in the chat. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Beautiful movement from Kenny there. Doesn't find the second, but he'll tag him up, and the communication will go across to his teammates. 45 points separates the 2 teams right now, but Team Caliber break that 200 mark. Just trying to thrive and push towards the victory here and push a game 5. Little while to go.
All right, so Faze are down about 50 points. The one good thing, though, they have that rotation over to bunker. But we saw the way TK broke it last time with the glide bombs. They're probably going to try and do the same thing.
Looks like TK, they're going to go for the win. They're going to try and close this out. Faze, they have other ideas, Revan.
Yeah, this could be the money hill for Faze. They've had good setups on it before, and look at where TK are right now. Looks like
so this is the exact same way TK broke it. So they get these kills. These guys are going to push up this way. They're going to stay alive. They're going to call in a glide bomb, or at least that's the way they did it last time. They kill the guy in the back, and then they're going to push all the way around. It'll be a little bit more difficult. It seems like Faze is pushed out a little further, may catch him off guard, but we'll see what TK ends up doing. You can see the guy in the middle. Accuracy is just taking his time. He ends up getting taken down. But here we go. You have one guy set up Bell. There's the glide bomb. They win that gunfight. As soon as this happens, look where Faze spawns. They spawn out here. This allows TK to push this way once again. So just those streaks that TK had, just so important.
Kenny connects onto Zuma, and now Faze, they're feeling the pressure. And look out over near Wood. Accuracy once again. He's behind 2 of these players. He's going to cut off the reinforcements. But
that's all they needed to do, though. They got to the back.
Now Faze, they need to put their attention over towards the backside of bunker. The contest is going to come in. A lot of engagements about to happen. Let's see if Faze can come out.
Should I call in the other glide bomb? I think Enable has it.
That means that time's ticking down.
Even for 20 seconds, I mean.
39 and 28.
There we go. Never mind, though. They get the kills. That's a big 20.
In the hill. With 15 seconds left, we are going to see an East Road. We are going to see attacks as he try and pick up a double, but he only finds the first. Replays will put the final to bed there. But 7 seconds going in favor of Team Caliber. That should put him around 225 here. So still in the lead. Still a very nice lead here. 25 points away from closing this one out.
Back to East Road.
You can't just
Faze,
let this sit here. Faze
have early cabin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe try to get some streaks, but you have to pay attention to that time. Only 50 seconds left on the game clock.
He had a glide bomb a bit earlier. Does he still have?
Looks like TK's not even mad about that. They'll let the game clock go down. You can see there's a couple of players by the yellow truck. They're not even getting on it until now. They get 3 dead. And Kenny, he's trying to get towards cabin. You saw Attach get a couple of kills, but this is perfect for TK.
In this current hard point, TK, they don't necessarily need this time. They could let the time bleed off of the clock. It's up to Faze. They have to force the interactions. They have to turn up the aggression. And now they're
big kill. Who's it by? Zuma.
Need this time.
That's a beautiful.
He's just won so many opening gunfights for Faze. Wins another one again. He's just so quick.
We're gonna be going to the cave, and we're gonna be seeing something pretty special. Can Faze continue? Zuma on a tear right now. 4 kill streaks, 44 to his name. He's trying to be that game changer for FaZe Clan. But TK.
All right, you can see what TK are doing. Actually, this is interesting. So pay attention to this player. This is Pharaoh right here. This guy, he's going to back on up. And this play is going to be really based on Pharaoh.
This is going to win or lose you the game.
Yeah, Zuma's trying his
Pharaoh
hardest, man, but nobody
goes all the way around. Where does that player spawn? So Pharaoh actually gets a kill here. He gets 1 kill on bridge. Forces this guy, Zuma, out. And who do you want to force out? I guess it's Zuma. So now you have the pressure. Or not Zuma. Who is that? That's number 1. That's Replays. So Zuma's still on the hill. But he's probably going to get shot in the back.
Nobody else on his team is even
Yep, he gets shot in the back by Pharaoh. That's what we talked about, right? Sort of that angle This allows TK to push up. It's a bit of a risk by Pharaoh, but it ends up playing off perfectly as he finds 3 kills.
He's over here. He has to get inside the hard point. TK only 10 points. Ready to close this one out. But Attach finds one. Can't find the trade call to enable TK with a chance to close out the game and force the game 5.
Zuma, he finds the nade kill.
Yeah, Zuma. So on the other side, Zuma wins a gunfight middle. He gets a nade, so he gets 2 kills. And now he has the angle from Fire Alley.
Keep it contested, but with 17 seconds, the time is ticking. All important here. I want to see what Zuma's doing because he's trying to cut off all these players, fighting through the smoke. He's going to find one. He's going to find the second. He's still being the difference maker. The time is ticking.
The problem, though, 22 seconds, right? There's 22 seconds on the hill. If you're TK, you just rotate to Ruins. They only need 7 more seconds.
Left on the clock. There's 20
and it seems like Faze, they're not rotating.
Zuma with 50 kills in this game.
Obviously, it's tough because they put themselves in this position. But there we go. They actually find a couple of kills. They're starting to push through you, but I think it's just too late. You already have one guy up top platform. You have one guy, you as well. So now it's a 3 versus 4. We always talk about this. The guy in the hill tries to get off of it. But Kenny, he finds 1. He finds 2.
Momo, we're going to a game 5.
That was a great hard point from both teams. Hello, Louis.